What's up, everyone? So, today, I have a huge announcement. We have a specific car food channel now. Sorry for the background sound, it's raining. It always rains. But, we have a channel car. Picked it up really cheap. Saved it from a person who had a lot of time and money invested into it. They were moving, and they knew a friend of mine, so I saved it from the scrapyard, and we're going to use it towards the channel car. Now, I do have sort of a plan for it. Obviously, very low budget for this car, because I do have the Subaru as my personal project. But this car, we're going to do everything on it. So, without further ado, let me go show you. So yeah, this is it. It's an 01 Civic DX, so just the D17 A1. This engine has been swapped once already. I'll get into that in a second, but it's a DX base model, has power windows, all that. Interior is pretty rough. He had got the headliner done. Was planning on doing that all the way around the car, the back seats, the front seats, door jambs. The engine stopped working, so he held off on that because he didn't want to put in all the money in if it was going to go straight to the scrap. Now, it does have 214,000 miles on it, which I think it's a manual, of course. That door's locked. Forgot to pop the trunk. It's okay. Alright. So, came with a few parts. It's obviously got wheels on it. It's got another set. I think these are 14s. Well, these are 15s down here with the hubcaps on. They're both Steelies. These have one flat tire, but all the rims do have rubber on them. This, it came with two, unless I missed some other ones, two of these Master Pro complete strut assemblies for the front, pretty sure. All new motor mounts, transmission mounts. Left all the fluids for me for reference. Oh yeah, let me pop the trunk for you guys. All right, so there's the other two wheels. Has the original Honda brand donut down there. It's pretty neat. It's a 750 watt amp with a dual 12 and more fluids. Let's see here. They said it was straight piped. I think it's not. It's actually really quiet. Just threw me off, but that's fine. You know, that means I could just do a complete exhaust swap. All right, so let's go back up to the engine bay. So, all stock, as you can see, except for these. He wrapped them himself. We got it. I did get it to run. It was not doing okay. That's how I got it in here. But so It is ran. I think he said that the AC isn't actually hooked up all the way, which is fine. I'll get to why that is fine in a second. So we have a vacuum leak confirmed. We heard the whistling sound from it somewhere in these lines right here. Not these lines, but the lines back here. So there's that. Obviously, since this is a D17A1, there's no VTEC, but again, that won't matter. Got this atrocious stock intake box. This battery, I think the battery's dead because once it started running, it ran fine. So the alternator is charging the battery. Said it started backfiring and stuff, making weird sounds. Took it to a mechanic. It's throwing, if I remember, a crankshaft positioning sensor, and it's like for top dead center or something like that. It's throwing that code, so probably will fix that just for the time being. But I have decided, well, before I get to that, so one thing I did notice was clutch fluid and brake fluid are like at the minimum. When you hit the clutch, it just goes straight to the ground, basically. Like, it still engages and disengages, but it's definitely not where it's supposed to be. So, yeah. And there's, it's not really a knock sound. It kind of sounds like something's loose up here. So, we'll have to get to that. But, again, that won't matter because I'm thinking I want to hear everyone in the comment section. Really want you to guys hear your opinions because it's a Honda without VTEC. Now, for somehow I've always owned Hondas without VTEC. My first car was a 1990 Honda Accord LX Coupe. I love that car. I got it for like $700 at 3 in the morning on Facebook Marketplace. The rear end was smashed in. Had 123,000 miles on it. Had the H22 in it. One of my favorite cars, but didn't have VTEC. Then I had Del Sol that didn't have VTEC. And then I had the red Del Sol, which, if you guys know me personally, I crashed last August pretty bad. That one also didn't have VTEC. I was planning on, in both of the Del Sols, I was planning a swap to it. I was going to do a full B16 build and all this, but it just didn't work out. So, this one, because it is a D17 and it is a 01, we're limited on options for easy built-in. But the options that we are limited to, I'm okay with. We're going K series. And that's as far as I got with engine. I don't know which K we're going. I think I have 3 options. I mean, obviously I could just switch in the D17A2 while the VTEC solenoid. But, it's K series. And it doesn't help that I've been watching Speed Academy. They have a Honda build-off. If you guys haven't seen it, recommend going and looking at that. Where it's a K-Series hatchback versus an Integra Type R. Just wanted me to make a K-Series swap even more. Yeah. So, K-Series, we're going in. Happening. Not anytime soon, because we have a lot of work. We do have these nice halo headlights. I have to actually wire the LED rings, which is fine. I did it on the Subaru over there. And yeah, so as you can see, fender and hood are different colors. It's pretty much covered in sap. It's dirty, so probably the first video we do is a clean video, and we're also going to wrap it. I was debating on working on painting because I do want to start doing that. I'll put the link in the description because
It's like one of my favorite channels in the world, Simple Builds. Yeah, his first car on there was a Civic hatchback where he painted, and it turned out really nice, and he actually painted it outside. So I was like, maybe I'll do that. But then I was talking to Alex, you know, the one we just did the Tacoma for in the shorts. And he was like, well, why don't we practice rapping on it? So, do you have any color ideas for rap? Do comment below. If you have just anything, comment anything. If you have a aftermarket bumper that you're like, look at this one, I think it looks really good on these. Let me know. If you had, wheels, let me know. I haven't even looked at what size these are. They're 185s. Yeah, that's pretty small. We might go bigger on these because it would be kind of cool to be able to take this to an autocross event, just to see how it handles. Obviously, that's my actual autocross car / race car. But that one's got some work to do. I got to send that off to the machine shop, but I will do a separate video on where I'm at on that. And so, yeah. This is the channel car, 01 Civic DX. If you do like this channel, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to build it up because, higher the channel grows, the more budget for this car, obviously. But not too focused on that. I just want to make fun automotive content because it's something I'm passionate about, and I think it's very cool. So yeah, peace and love, and we'll see you in the next video.